Hi kids, I want to start you off with a little story. So I was at work a few days ago and I saw this kid who needed to get his picture taken and he was just not happy about it. Just not having it at all. The reason for it was because he thought he had a double chin. So this like 40-year-old woman trying to help him said, well, there's this thing my son does that makes him look like he doesn't have a double chin. You put your tongue on the roof of your mouth and you just hold it there. It's called mewing. And I shit you not, I started laughing so hard I was tearing up and I had to hide in a bathroom to calm down. Like, ma'am, I think you might need to check up on your son. I don't think he's doing all that well. So today we're talking about Looksmaxxing, a topic that went from red pill to mainstream that I'm personally quite happy about. I think Looksmaxxing is a pretty good thing. There's a lot of good that can come out of it. However, there's also a whole ton of brain rot as well, especially once we get into how far some people have taken it. But like I said, there is a lot of good here to be taken from the whole idea of Looksmaxxing. So what is this funny word I'm talking about? For those of you who aren't chronically online, Looksmaxxing is the idea of trying to make yourself look the absolute best you can. Could be something small like eating better or having a skincare routine. Or you could be a complete insecure goo goo gaga baby about it and try to spend tens of thousands of dollars on height extension surgery. Today we're going to be talking about the good, the bad, the beautiful, and by beautiful I mean ugly, but not really ugly, but still a little bit ugly of Looksmaxxing, and why I think if there's anything good that's ever come out of red pill, it's this. Let's deal with all the bad stuff first. Since this was a part of red pill territory, there's a lot of stupid shit that goes on over here that ranges from kinda dumb to completely batshit insane. Because really, how else are you supposed to describe height surgery and smashing your jaw with a hammer? On the more tame end of the spectrum of dumb stuff, let's talk about mewing. So like I talked about in the intro, mewing is this exercise of making your jawline sharper. However, there isn't actually a lot of evidence to back this up. There's a lot of people that absolutely swear by it, saying that it's given them a more like defined chin after a few months of it. But what they don't talk about is the fact that mewing also can result in dear lord, that is a big word. That word on screen. Not exactly the funnest thing in the world to deal with. Here's what it does to you. Maybe it does work and all the dentists saying it doesn't are just feds paid off by the Rothschild family, because there are a lot of people that show what mewing has done for them, and it appears to work for some people, but I've never really played around with it for long enough to know. I breathed out of my nose as a kid, so my chin's been fine. The one thing that very much does 100% work if you're trying to get rid of your baby face though, is just losing some damn weight. I swear, we want to come up with like every cope possible to try and get away from the fear of losing weight is hard and takes a while. But off the subject of mewing, let's talk about fashion. Personally, I'm not a whole fan of the general opinion in the whole Looksmaxxing territory. Their whole shtick is about old money, something about it making you look more powerful. However, their scope and view of this is pretty limited. I mean, there's a good argument to make for the whole old money, minimalist, bland color style. I'm just not a massive fan of it myself and think that your fashion sense should be something you play around with and discover for yourself. Also, it takes balls to be straight and wear the pink jacket. Only the boldest of us will be bagging the wolf cut goth girls. Now, I mentioned peak brain rot earlier. Let's talk about face smashing. If there were any part of this video that earned the "and its consequences" part of the title, it's this one. So what if I told you a TikTok video giving a tutorial on bone smashing to improve your face structure has gotten 267.7 million views? Probably makes you feel nothing at this point. The world's already gone mad. Maybe there isn't hope left after all. You guys realize that's like 2/3 of the United States population, right? Sorry, so this whole bone smashing, face bashing, future with a girl dashing idea has progressively been getting bigger and bigger, and just really makes me lose faith in our generation's ability to recover from the damage the internet's done to us. All right, okay, we're gonna push through this. No more cynicism. So, in case it wasn't obvious, there is absolutely zero evidence anywhere besides people quite literally bashing their skulls in with hammers that this actually works. I mean, there's a bit of proof behind mewing. There's people that stand by it and show results. This has fucking nothing. So, bone smashing is this theory based off of something called Wolff's Law, which essentially states that bones are always slightly changing shape. So the face smashing theory comes in and says, if you just start chipping away at the bones, then eventually they'll shape themselves into something more desirable. This takes Wolff's Law beyond what it was intended to prove. More intense activity on your bones will make them stronger, but chipping away at them just isn't one of them. This is how you fracture your bones, and after you fracture your jaw, you're very likely to have it grow back incorrectly, defeating the whole purpose that bone smashing was supposed to do. I can't believe there was actually a serious and legitimate reason to babble on this long for why you shouldn't hit yourself with a hammer. It gets worse though. For the last part we're going to be getting into, it's super depressing. Let's talk about height extension surgery. So this roughly $75,000 surgery that on average can increase your height by 3 inches by putting metal rods in your thighs that get 1 millimeter longer every day and require 4 months of physical therapy to learn how to walk again. There's a fancy schmancy medical term for this. It's called short stature dysphoria, and it's exactly what the name suggests. The opportunity to make all sorts of short king jokes is here, but like, man, this is just too depressing, even for me. I'm not short, so I've never had to worry about my height before, so I guess I'll never really understand how it feels to be a like 5'4" guy. All this though, it really is depressing. It's not like people would feel bad about their height if there wasn't some societal expectation on men to be taller. I'm sure it's happened before, but I've never seen a story of a woman going through height surgery because of a pressure to be taller. I mean, listen to this shit.
He's a 10, but he's short.
7. Oh, I'm sorry. I really need tall guys, so he's like a 7. He's 6. Oh.
This is horrible. How is a shorter person supposed to feel when all they're getting is talked down on? My whole shtick is never giving into victim mentality, so no matter how depressing this whole thing is, there's definitely a way out of it, and it's not height surgery. When I was a kid, there was a prayer my parents would say to me every night. A part of that prayer was, accept the things you cannot change and the wisdom to know the difference. You can change almost every aspect of your life for the better. It might be hard, but it's not impossible. Height's just not one of them, and that's okay. Eventually, as long as you don't lose hope, you'll meet someone that couldn't care less about your height compared to all of your other positives. What matters more than your height is all the other ways you can be a great person. And I mean, like, do you really want to be with a girl shallow enough to not be with you because you're not 6 foot, even though you're, let's say, strong enough and smart enough to beat someone bigger than you in a fight, even though you could absolutely be the perfect provider? You don't want that negativity in your life. A bit of a side tangent, I've seen some of my favorite self-improvement YouTubers turning more black-pilled lately, and it's really disheartening. I get that having to say it's not impossible to find happiness when everywhere you go online you see like bimbos being completely stupid on the internet. Hope just seems to be something we're just moving away from. Yeah, if you stop thinking things can be better, I can assure you there won't be any chance of them getting better. The most important thing you can max out on is your mentality. You absolutely won't go anywhere if you give into that doomer mentality that there's no future and that it'd just be easier to stop trying and just embrace your flaws as part of who you are. Achieving your goals is typically never easy. Nothing good ever comes easy. There's a lot of high-value male talk over there in the whole Looksmaxxing scene, but if you want something that truly makes you more valuable, just have hope. That's what's gonna get you to all the places you want to be. If you've got the balls to spit in the faces of all the people telling you that there's nothing you can do to beat your genetics, that's gonna get you the attention you're looking for. There's a lot more stuff I didn't get into with Looksmaxxing further down the rabbit hole, like canthal tilt, I think is how you pronounce it, hunter eyes, that sort of shenanigans. Personally, I think if you just stick to the basics, you're gonna get the positive results you're looking for. The whole height surgery thing just kind of took its toll on me. I think I'm ready to just wrap it up now. So in conclusion, accept the things you can't change and have the wisdom to know the difference. And if I had to add something onto that, have hope in making that difference possible. Hey, the video's over, but I have an announcement. We have a Discord server now. It's in the description. It's down there. You can do lots of things in it, like talking to people, talking about the gym, talking about games, talking about how we can uproot and overthrow the Antichrist from society. It's a good time. Also, we're gonna be figuring out what we're gonna be doing when we do our first stream over here. Server link down there. Hope to meet some of you guys over there. Okay, I'm gone for real now, bye.